Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. It's a beautiful Tuesday, a little chilly, but the sun's shining.
Thankfully.
The pollen is pollinating.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
As everybody in the world is sneezing and looking miserable, we're all in good company, though.
Yes, for sure.
So we have our good friend, Ashley Aldrich from the Lillian Jones Museum here, and well, we're going to talk about Lillian Jones Museum stuff, right?
Absolutely. We never miss an opportunity to promote the museum. So,
and it's such a fun gem that we have in our downtown. And I love being able to, somebody comes in the restaurant, they're like, well, what could we do just like walking around the downtown? I'm like, you have to go stop by the Lillian Jones Museum and find out some of the cool things that, about our heritage and things. So what is going on? How have you been?
Well, we've been good. We are just wrapping up our exhibit on aviation in Jackson County that we started running in the fall.
Oh, that's cool. How did I miss that? Shame on me.
Well, it's still there. We're going to run it through the end of April and then be transitioning to some other things. And then coming up, obviously, in 2026, we've got America 250, and so we'll be shifting our focus to any of Jackson's history that's related to kind of the founding of our nation and how Jackson ties into all of that.
Oh my gosh. Can you give us any hints?
Well, obviously Ohio wasn't a state when we fought the Revolutionary War, but the Ohio country was kind of a contentious point of the Revolution. And so settlers were coming out here and kind of getting into it with the indigenous people that were already living here.
Yes.
And Britain didn't want to do that. They didn't want to fight those battles. And so part of the Revolutionary War was the settlers wanted to settle here. The Brits didn't want us to settle here. Obviously, we won the war and we're here. So
sure,
that'll be part of it too. Looking at kind of the beginnings and the original part of, how Jackson came to be settled.
Okay, that's super cool.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, well, we can't wait to have you back to talk about that, too.
Yes, for sure.
So tell us a little bit about your hours now and all of that.
Okay, so we are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 10 to 3. We are also willing to do, by appointment. So people that want to come in, we know we kind of have a little bit of limited hours, but we are happy if people want to make special appointments to come in and view stuff. And during open hours, we're happy. We do tours. We do specific research requests. Happy to take people around and talk about either just our history in general and how the museum came to be versus people that want, very specific information about different things.
And just the history of Lillian Jones herself is worth the visit because she was such an intriguing lady, and there are so many fun pictures and stories about her and the house, and as somebody, and we've talked about this, but as a kid growing up attending Kennison Elementary School when Lillian was still alive, and living in the house. That's a story all in itself.
Oh, yes. When I took over, one of the first stories that our previous director, Megan Malone, told me was about what she called Lillian's Lawn. So if you were a kid at Kennison and you accidentally got something over the wall that separated her house from Kennison, it was just gone.
Yeah, and it was you dead to you.
Yeah.
Gone.
And then she said once a week, the principal would go over and kindly ask Miss Jones for the balls and the toys back, and she would give them, and then they would repeat the process every week.
I can remember, from the earliest of my memories, being told you did not go across the alley onto that grass.
Yeah, you did not bother her.
And it was so tempting because you were told not to.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Don't tell little kids not to do something like that.
It's the first thing they're going to want to
do. Yeah. But no, I can remember that like it was yesterday, and always thinking that home was so beautiful. Yeah. And she was kind of an enigma because you really didn't see her much.
Yeah, she was very private. She had like a close, small group of friends, and otherwise, she was an enigma. Like, a lot of people didn't get to know her closely. Yeah. And yeah, we're lucky to have the house. I mean, the house has been there since 1867.
And it's
probably one of the oldest ones in Jackson.
Gorgeous. Absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous in there.
Yeah, and we've been able to keep a lot of the architecture and even her style choices alive.
The hands down, it is worth the price of admission, which is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, it's
by the
free.
way, to see the kitchen linoleum.
Oh, yeah. It is
By-
a glory of 60s, 70s
Hands down,
floral.
the coolest linoleum floor I have ever seen in my entire life.
It's
I
wonderful.
would so put that somewhere in my house.
Right? Like, I would do this
Totally.
today. This is great. Yeah, I make
wish
sure
we had a
everyone
picture
looks
of
in the
it.
kitchen. I know. I don't. That would be amazing if we
I'm
did.
telling you, it is so cool.
Yeah.
That whole kitchen is just cool. It's just like
It
retro.
is. It's
and
definitely
fun.
like a step back in time.
Yeah.
We also get a lot of mileage out of the way the museum works. You have to go through the bathroom, and the bathroom is sorely stuck in the 70s, and so it still has
yeah,
carpet.
carpet.
And you get below a certain generation, and they're like, why is there carpet in the bathroom? Or this is really cool. And it's like, you only think it's cool because you've never had to deal with it.
Yes, carpet in the bathroom or kitchen is the worst
It's the
idea
worst.
ever in the history of ever.
Yes. But yeah, the
So
linoleum
gross.
is for certain like one of the best design features we have in the house now. It's great.
Oh, love it, love it. So, what are some of the things that you mentioned? The aviation exhibit. What are some of the things that people will see while they're looking at that?
So I think a lot of people know obviously that we have the Rhodes Airport here and that we've had that for a while. And before it was the Rhodes Airport, it was the Evans Airport in Evans Field. And they're
didn't
the
know
ones
that.
yeah, they're the ones that ended up donating
Oh.
and then selling the land so that it could become the county airport. But we actually had a lot of airfields at one time. After World War II, people that
Really?
had been in the Air Force, they could get like a thing to teach flight lessons. And so we saw a lot of airfields pop up. And so Jackson had not just Evans Field. There was one up by Colton along 93 called Bayston. The fairgrounds
I've heard
had
of that.
Winters Airport. There was... Yeah. Swan
Where was
Airport.
it?
I think kind of like where you see like the horse track and out towards the campers, where that is on the fairgrounds.
Really,
was
I
Winters.
didn't know about
Yeah.
that one. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Swan Airport in Oak Hill, although that one I can't really find where it was because apparently it went out sometime even before the 60s.
Okay.
Where else did we have? There was one at Berlin Crossroads where the subdivisions are now, right across from Splashdown. They had an airfield there. One out by Franklin Valley at the intersection of like Clay Banner and 4 Mile Road.
Really?
So yeah, there was a lot of different fields all around the county, and they ran different air services and different flight lessons out of those. And then just following the Rhodes Airport alone. And
Sure.
we named it after James Rhodes, not just because he was the local guy from Colton, but because when Rhodes was governor and working with Norm Crabtree, who was also a Jackson guy,
Yep.
they're the ones that made sure that at one time every county in Ohio had an airport.
Isn't that, I mean, like, you just think about how progressive
Yeah.
that was back in that time.
Yeah.
And James Rhodes, I mean, little guy from Colton, Ohio,
Yep.
you know, like, how did you get to become the governor of the state of Ohio and do some of the amazing things that he did? How did he have all of that vision being from such a small place, with such big vision?
I know, it's amazing. And it's one of those things I like to push because, we're here in Appalachia, we're here in small town Ohio.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the people that have grown up here their whole life, you learn about history, but you don't learn about your local history. And
That's true.
Jackson has amazing people that have come from here, politicians,
Oh, yes.
artists. And we have our own story and culture and things, going back to the beginning of this country that we have done and contributed to. So I think it's important that they know that.
It is. And you know what the best news is? You can find out about all of that stuff
Yes.
at the Lillian Jones Museum.
I will talk your ear off if you come in about anything to do with Jackson history. And if I don't know, we will find out. We've got other great community historians that we can always ask.
Absolutely. And then you all still have, there's the Genealogical Society. I spit that out just like I can say it, which I never can. So there's that. There's the Historical Society. Of course, we have our friend Bob Irvin. We have so many tools to do research and find things out. in our community. But the Lillian Jones Museum is certainly an amazing start. And you were talking about local artists, and you actually have some works there from Fletcher Benton.
We do.
Which, like, world-renowned sculptor, and right here in Jackson, Ohio, you can actually touch some of his works of art, like, for free.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, the Jones Museum has the single largest collection of Fletcher's works anywhere in the world, and his sculptures are in public and private collections all around the world, both public installations, private ones, things in museums. And he was gracious enough in 2012 to donate a large section of his prints and Marquette sculptures, which are the tinier ones, to the museum because he had known Miss Jones when he was a boy. And
Isn't
he had
that crazy?
Fond memories of Jackson, and so he donated it, and we're, so happy to have not just a hometown boy that, made well and did these amazing things, but now we get to highlight that for everybody.
And the sculptures that are there are so neat. And if you haven't seen his work, they're meant to be like, they move.
They do. They move.
You don't touch art.
Yes.
But with his, it was almost like he's trying to get you to work his art.
I push that on everyone. All the ones we have at the museum will spin, but what I always like to push, and I apologize to Rio Security that I always push people to do this, but if you go to the University of Rio Grande, there's the big red folded circle sculpture right as you come on campus, and it spins. And it's supposed to spin. And so I always encourage people to visit Rio Grande and spin Fletcher's sculpture. And I feel like security down there curses me for it, but I'm always going to push
so
you.
Probably right, but that's what he made his art to do.
Yeah,
was to move.
It's what he wanted.
Yeah,
and so you're honoring the artist's wishes by spinning that sculpture. You should absolutely do it.
But we didn't say that here.
Yeah.
No, that is awesome. So what are some of the other things that people can see while they're there?
Well, we do have several permanent installations. So Fletcher's art is always out. We have a lot of things from the local iron industry, some of the local businesses that aren't here anymore, like Marilat and Goodyear. We have huge collections of that. In our commerce room, a lot of things from old businesses. There was a time when people stamped their logo on everything from yardsticks to matchbooks to ice scrapers. And we have slowly been collecting those little pieces of, history, because a lot of those businesses aren't with us anymore, or they've evolved into different things with different owners. And so we try to keep that. We got a couple cash registers. I got to get in there that Dayton, Ohio might take the credit because the National Cash Register Company was founded there, but the man that founded it was from Colton, and the first cash register was in Colton, Ohio.
That's exactly right. And people don't know that.
We have a couple of those, and I always like to push that narrative that Dayton can say what they want, but it started here.
That's right, because we had the first one.
Yeah, so we do have that. We have a large collection of Jackson newspapers going back to the 1800s. So I spent a lot of time doing research on that, people asking for, my daughter was homecoming queen in 1988, and there was a picture in the paper, like, can we find that? It's like, yes, we absolutely can. And it's a little bit of everything. We have stuff on the Estedifid. We have stuff related to Lake Catherine and Camp Arrowhead when it was there. And then, we always have kind of revolving stuff that comes out. We pull the Apple Festival stuff out in September. But yeah, there's always good pieces. I try to keep stuff rotating, so there's always something new to look at. Because as much as on display, there's 3 times that is in storage at any given time.
Right, that you can rotate in and out.
Yes.
And just, again, the home, seeing the actual house itself is so lovely. And you think about... You look at the pictures of Lillian and her travels, and I mean, you're talking about a lady that on her own, was traveling all over the world by herself.
She took about 4 different trips around the world up through the 60s. We have push pins of all the places outside the states that we know that she traveled to because she took extensive pictures. That we also run on a slideshow at the museum. And so Europe and like Southern Asia, she was everywhere.
I mean, she went to Vietnam after
She was in Vietnam. She
the
was in
Vietnam War.
Yeah, she was in Japan about 15 years after World War II.
Yeah, World War II. Like crazy stuff.
Yeah. So it's amazing. And then these pictures, she's not in a single one of the 3,000 pictures, but she took them of everything. And so we've got pictures of her airplanes that she flew on, pictures of all the embassies in the countries that she visited. And then just random, she was like photobombing people 30 years. Well,
way before it was cool.
Way before it was a thing. Like, we've got a bunch of pictures of people that don't look happy because she just randomly took their picture because she wanted to. So.
Well, was anyone going to tell Lillian Jones no?
No, I don't think anyone was going to tell her no. She seemed like a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And just a tiny little thing. She wasn't even 5 foot tall, but she did what she wanted, and she wasn't going to make apologies for it.
You know, and I think that that's just such... I don't know. That's like such fun part of the story.
Yeah, it is.
Like that she was so little, and that she just took off and did all these crazy things, and
she was gonna do her life the way that she wanted to, and it was amazing. I mean, she did so many things, and leaving behind the house and money so that we could have this history museum is great because. Who knows where some of this stuff would have went, or it would have stayed in private collections,
or just been thrown away.
And now we're happy to say, like, hey, if you've got these pieces of Jackson history and you're cleaning out, we want them. We want to be able to show them off and preserve them so that everybody can see about it.
And that you make a good point there. If somebody is cleaning out something and they find something random that you're like, oh my gosh, this is so part of our history, though. Would you be interested in hearing about it, or?
Oh yeah, we're always interested. Anything that's tied to Jackson's history or people that have done great things from Jackson. We love all of that. Everything from weird pieces to yearbooks to documents. So I mean, we take so much because it's wonderful to be able to shed more light on the history of Jackson.
I think the yearbooks are fun, too, because, again, for the same reason that you just said, you can look through the ads in the back of the yearbook and be like, oh, my gosh, I completely forgot about that place.
And things, it's definitely like a history lesson in and of itself.
Yes.
And what I had found that's so fun about it when you start doing research is we always tend to think of the older generations as this more prim and proper and like buttoned up. And what you find when you get back in these yearbooks, like all the way back to 1912, is that teenagers have been teenagers forever. And it doesn't matter if it was 1912 or 2025. Like, teenagers are going to be that way.
They're just rotten and have fun.
They are.
And that's good.
It's such a good, it's like a connection to that. It's something a lot closer to what we recognize today.
Love that. And you can find all of this fun stuff at the Lillian Jones Museum. Right on, that's Broadway Street.
Broadway Street.
Yep. Kind of across the street from Mayhew Brown Funeral Home. Yep. And if you haven't been, we would definitely. It's one of those things that you live here and you're like, I've never been there before.
I know.
Because it's there, and I know it's always going to be there.
It's going to be there forever.
So please stop by, take a moment, take the kids, go and have fun, and it's free to the public. And I think one of the neatest things that's there is, because it's part of my childhood, every morning at 7 a.m., I guess it was Marilat, I think, the horn would blow.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's shift work, right? So that was the end of that shift.
Yeah.
That's how I woke up every morning.
Yes.
In grade school. That horn.
I had that if I stayed the night with my grandma. Like, it was going to wake me up.
It is clear across town. That was clear across town.
Yeah.
But, so you guys have that.
We have the steam whistle, and then we have a video of it actually going off. And so Marilat, they got them to donate in 2014 when they closed, and it's
so cool.
Yeah, it's a very unique piece to have, but to be able to actually show how it worked and that people have these memories. If you lived when it was open, then you knew the sound.
That was my alarm clock.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So it's just neat things like that you just remember growing up. So
we've got fun pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers? I know you have to get back to.
I do.
To doing what you're doing.
Just to reiterate, we are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 10 to 3. You can visit the website. We have a Facebook page. Happy to take appointments, but we really want you to come in and visit and just, enjoy and take a minute to appreciate the culture and the history that Jackson has produced, over the last 200 years.
It is an amazing thing, and we just welcome everybody to come in and visit with Ashley. She can tell you all about everything and see the world's coolest linoleum floor.
Absolutely. I look forward to showing it to everybody.
I'm just going to tell you, it is the coolest.
It is pretty awesome.
You need to bring a picture the next time you
next
come
time
in.
I'll bring a picture with me.
It is just so fun. All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. No, you have to get the museum open, and we thank you for that. You're still doing the recreation part too, right?
Yep. We're doing recreation too. Pool season is coming. Kind of the quick
another
plug
hat
for that.
You wear.
Yeah, another hat. We've been posting. We're going to have new hours this year. We've got a couple new pricing structures. That is all on our Facebook page. And just a reminder that pool party reservations and pool passes will go on sale May 1st. Check our Facebook for more information as we do that.
Okay, would that be Jackson City Pool, or is it?
You can look for Hillcrest Pool.
Hillcrest Pool, okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you can also go to the recreation page on the City of Jackson website, and we have links there as well.
Very good. So that's another hat she wears, and we thank you for that as well.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, get to work, and we do have another special guest waiting in the wings, so we'll get to that right after this message.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our next special guest who is here in the studio, and we have Terry Kavanaugh from the Jackson Area Ministries. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And we want to talk a little bit today, I guess, about all things Jackson Area Ministries. So tell us what you've been up to, or what you're going to be up to.
There you go. Jackson Area Ministries has been in this Southeast Ohio area since the 1960s.
A few years ago. Well, that's what we like to say,
ago.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they began right behind the Calvary United Methodist Church.
Okay.
And they were in a trailer for years. And then we built a new facility right on McKittrick Avenue.
Okay.
And Jackson Area Ministries provides free gardens for people in our community, as well as several other counties.
Okay, that's cool.
Last year, we provided 2,496 free gardens, complete gardens.
Wait, how do you do that?
We have seeds that are being donated from churches in 14 different states.
Wow. Now that's something.
14 different states. They will put up displays, and they will collect seeds, which they then send to Jackson Area Ministries. Our volunteers then divide them up into gardens.
Amazing.
And those gardens go into all of the southeastern Ohio counties.
Wow.
We give beets, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, corn, cucumbers, melons, peppers, radishes. And
sounds all good to me.
And it's free to anybody that needs it.
Okay.
So all you have to do is call the number 740-286-1320.
Okay.
Last year, we gave away 21,600 tomato plants. 21,600 tomato plants.
That is nuts.
That's
you all
huge.
are amazing.
That's huge. We get, like I said, we get donations from 14 different states. Last year, we gave away 45,800 pounds of baking potatoes. And if you call that number right now, we have baking potatoes on hand right now to give out to anybody that needs them.
Okay, you can do a lot with some potatoes.
Yes, you can.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah, I love baked potatoes.
I do too. Matt Damon lived on Mars for, like 10 years with potatoes. I don't know. Did you see that movie?
I saw
Martian?
the movie. Yeah. It was a strange movie.
It was a very strange movie.
So, but we also give out 33,000 pounds of seed potatoes.
I had no idea that you all were doing all of this.
Well, with food uncertainty the way it is right now,
It is.
and with the economy fluctuating like it is right now, if you can grow your own food,
Sure.
you eliminate the uncertainty.
You have control over your own destiny.
Right, and you have control over what goes into your food.
Yes. And your
So-
body.
So you're not faced with additives because if you bake the potato, what's in the potato?
Yes.
It's just common sense. But that's just one of the many programs we do.
Okay.
We have work camps that come in from all over the United States from youth groups, and they build ramps for people who are struggling maybe they've had a surgery and they can no longer climb the stairs into their home.
Oh, wow.
So we got some pictures of those ramps.
Look at that.
We have people that come in and build these ramps. Last year, we built 23 ramps
Holy moly.
in our community. And I keep talking about Jackson Area Ministries as one of the best kept secrets
I agree.
in Southeast Ohio.
Yes.
We provide ramps for people who are in need. So say one of your relatives has a surgery and they no longer can climb their stairs.
Right.
We will build them a ramp. But we've designed now a ramp that can be reused.
Okay.
So say you have surgery and you're going to be needing a ramp for 6 months.
Yeah. And then you get better.
At the end of that 6 months, you're able to climb your stairs again. We'll come in and move that ramp to a home that needs it.
That is so cool.
And we figure we can reuse the same wood 4 to 5 times.
Wow. Y'all are just great.
The program is phenomenal. And we want people to know it's there. Right now, we have baking potatoes. Mm-hmm. We have them. All you have to do is call that number, 740-286-1320. Call that number and ask for baking potatoes. We had a group of Kentucky Colonels who are also a part of this community come in and separate those. I think we may have pictures of that. There's the Kentucky Colonels that showed up at our Jackson Area Ministries, and they divided up the potatoes out of 50-pound bags into 5-pound bags.
Love that.
And we make those available now through Jackson Area Ministries. And you'll see some people there in the Kentucky Colonels picture. Mm-hmm. Kentucky Colonels is a really unique program. It's a program where you have to be invited into the process, and you have to have made a substantial difference in your community.
Yes.
And once you're invited in, the Kentucky Colonel who recommends you has to write up a report on why you should be accepted. And then you are actually receive a commission from Kentucky governor.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a really cool program.
Yes.
And so I'm also a part of that, and it's been awesome to see the work that a new group of Kentucky Colonels in Southeast Ohio are doing.
Very good.
So they helped with the food pantry program when we gave away the dinners for Thanksgiving. We gave away over 200 dinners
Super
for
cool.
the
Yes.
Thanksgiving program, and the Kentucky Colonels helped with that distribution. And they helped with this, and the Kentucky Colonels are there to help with any nonprofit that contacts us. We would be glad to talk to them about it.
Very cool.
So, do you have any questions about Jackson Area Ministries and what's going on?
No, well, where would so say that you are wanting the seeds or the potatoes that you have available, where would you pick those up?
That will be at McKendrick Avenue behind the Calvary Church.
Okay.
Calvary Church.
Is there a sign there? Like,
Yes.
is it marked? Okay.
Yes, Jackson Area Ministry has a sign.
Kind of over by, well, I call it Lick because I'm old.
Yeah.
But Northview now.
Yeah, Lick School.
over in that area.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first moved to this community, I asked people as a pastor, give me directions to your house. And they said, go to where the Smith barn used to be and turn right, which was extremely helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just so Appalach for you. Go to that place that has the giant rock that has like the moss on it. Turn right there. You're
Yes.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And you was kind of looking for like road names.
Yeah. Yep, I know. I get it.
So, but Appalachian is an awesome place. Me and
It
my
is.
wife retired back here because we love it here.
Yes.
And
We could be a lot worse places.
we could.
For sure. And, doing what you all do is the epitome of Appalachia, taking care of each other and making sure that people that are in need are taken care of. And I do believe that really is, our bread and butter around
That's right.
here. We do tend to take care of each other. We had Officer Jay on yesterday talking about Blue, the dog, and I'm like, you see a community that has rallied around this police dog, therapy dog, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, but it is
So,
Appalachia.
It is, and that's what we do.
And it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
When
You are
you've
correct.
lived in other communities and saw the lack of compassion,
And empathy and
empathy.
all of that, yeah.
Appalachia is a beautiful place to live.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
And, one of the things I love about Jackson Area Ministries is as those work camps come in, those youth, they're beginning to learn a work ethic.
Sure. It's win-win.
Yeah, because
Yep.
the truth is there's not a lot of opportunities for our youth to learn to be really compassionate to people.
Yes.
And this gives them an entire week of work camp. And they will stay in local churches and interact with the local members. And they get a real taste of Appalachia. So when they leave, they no longer see the stereotype
Absolutely.
that has been portrayed about Appalachia. They begin to see
The good in it.
They put a face on it.
Yeah.
They put a face on it and a name on it. To give you an example, I was preaching at Calvary, and I preached a sermon about potatoes.
Well,
And I used it as the illustration, and I had a girl come up to me years later, and she said, "You're the potato preacher." She
my
had
gosh.
been able to put a face, and she told me all about her experience here at this community, working in homes, meeting the people, seeing who they were helping.
that's awesome.
It made an impact on her life that she has carried for at least 20 years.
Well, you hit the potato right on the head then, didn't you?
There we go. There we go.
Well, very good. Thank you for what you all are doing. And what's that phone number once again, if anyone's interested or wants to reach out to you?
I've got so many numbers. Let me get this one. 740-286-1320.
All right. And if you're interested, thank you.
Yes.
If you're interested in the, the potatoes or the seeds or the free garden, give them a ring and they'll get you hooked up.
Right. And we help people who have lost their job. We help senior citizens. We help families with low income and families on fixed income.
There you go.
Several of those are parts of your, the people who are watching this show right now.
You've got it.
And we want to make sure that their life is improved.
As they should be.
Yeah, because many of them have given their life to this community, and now it's an opportunity for the community to give life back to them.
You've got it. Absolutely. Well said. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you stopping by, and get hold of them if you're in need, and
Yes.
They will do their best to
Yes.
help you out. All right. Well, again, Terry Cavanaugh, we want to thank you for stopping by, and come back and
Thank
see
you.
us anytime.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we do have some royalty from the Wild Turkey Festival waiting in the wings, and our good friend Chris Cram. So we will be back right after this.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back. That was the fastest transition. I'm going to give you guys the award of any guests that we've ever had. They followed directions and they did great. So thank you for that. So welcome. We have our royalty from the Wild Turkey Festival here, and our good friend Chris Cram's over there waiting in the wings, and we'll get to him in just a moment. But girls, how much fun have you had this year? Oh my gosh.
It's been a very memorable year, especially as my senior year in high school. It's a closing to a chapter, but I'm glad I got to spend my senior year with these two.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
You had a blast, I'll bet. So let's, if you would, introduce yourselves and tell everybody what you are on the court.
My name is Jessica Wells, and I'm the 2024 Wild Turkey Festival Queen.
I'm Grace Workman, and I'm the 2024 Wild Turkey Festival first attendant. I'm Lydia Mares, and I'm your 2024 Wild Turkey Festival second attendant.
Very good, and I know that you girls have had an absolute blast this year, and it's been a lot of work though, representing the festival, but in the best way possible, I'm sure. Yeah. So I can't believe this, but the Turkey Festival is right around the corner, and it is always one of my favorites because it is the kickoff. Number one, it's a really cool festival, but it is always the kickoff to the rest of the fair and festival season. Yeah. So it's our first time we get to, eat the fried cheese and all the stuff and things. And is the noodle lady going to be back?
Actually, no.
Oh, no.
My husband became very ill.
Oh, a health thing. Okay.
And they're hoping to be back in 2026.
Okay. Well, we'll give them a pass if they're dealing with an ill family member. But boy, I'll miss those noodles. Whew, they're good. So tell us a little bit about some of the adventures you girls have been on this year. Or I guess last year and this year.
So one of our favorite festivals as a group would have to be the Sweet Corn Festival. We went there with Chris. He took us, and then one of our past queen moms, Steph Williams, she went with us. Made it really memorable. We went with the Apple Festival girls that night and rode all kinds of rides. Yes, we love our Apple girls. That one would probably be the most memorable for us as a whole, but
Yeah, agreed.
I'm sure they have different opinions too, so I'll let them.
I would say another one would probably be Apple Festival. Of course, we became really good friends with the 3 Apple girls, so getting to go to their festival and being at their luncheon and then just seeing what their festival was all about was probably another one that we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Love that.
I would say another one would have to be the Circleville Pumpkin Show. It was a blast. We got to try a whole bunch of pumpkin-flavored foods.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were some girls in here the other day talking about the pumpkin show.
Yes.
And I think they were 4-H royalty.
Okay.
And they were talking about pumpkin nachos. Did you guys try the pumpkin nachos?
No, we didn't.
Pumpkin nachos.
No.
Okay, and they had me at pumpkin nacho because I'm thinking like dessert. No. Pumpkin mixed with the ground beef put on the nacho. I'm like, because I'm like, oh, pumpkin dessert, like cinnamon.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be really good. No, mm-mm.
We had a pumpkin
I'm
funnel
like, y'all
cake.
are way brave. You had
a pumpkin funnel cake. It was actually really
was
good.
really good.
It was super
Yeah.
good, yes.
we
well,
tried.
Chris Cram, get on that.
Actually, it did come from one of our.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually got rigged into working up there, like 3 of the.
Chris Cram had to dust off his elephant ear making skills and work in a. Did you know he used to make the most gourmet elephant ears of all time?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had one.
We had an elephant ear, but I didn't know you made the best.
Oh, Chris Cram.
Well, didn't you think it was good?
It was really good. Yes.
Chris Cram elephant ears will go down in infamy, just to let you know. But that's neither here nor there. Well, okay, so tell everybody why. So you have a pageant coming up. Is it this weekend?
Yes.
Yep.
It is, yep.
Okay, tell us all about that.
So our pageant is this Saturday, April 19th at 7 p.m. We have 9 lovely contestants competing this year, and we are excited to see who will be our next queen in court.
That's right, and you all go all out for your pageant. I mean, there's singing and dancing and all kind of fun stuff.
Absolutely. Yep.
So what did you do and to stand out at the pageant? Let's give some girls some advice here.
Good.
I don't know. I would say my main advice that I always try to give is just to be confident. You know, like choose an outfit you're going to be confident in and get up on stage and, you know, just radiate the confidence. Like that's I think would be
Own
Yes,
it.
yes,
exactly.
Own the
Yep.
stage.
Yep.
I would say your personality. Just bring your personality out to shine.
Right.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Be you.
judges want you to be you.
Yes.
Love that. And I think that authenticity is what makes people really
Yeah.
stand
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so don't be afraid. Just go for it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if you fall on your face, just make a joke about it. It's fine. Like, seriously. All right, so tell everyone a little bit about why they should come to the Wild Turkey Festival.
So this year, I think that people should come to the Wild Turkey Festival just because it's such a memorable experience. We get the streets lined with people during the parade, and everybody comes and supports the Wild Turkey Festival the first full weekend in May. We're going to have amazing vendors there selling food, and we're going to have amazing entertainment this year. We have different activities planned. We're having a circus on Sunday, and then we're even having Backroads of Appalachia come, and they're going to kick off our festival this year with going around to different parts of the town.
Fun.
Yes.
Yep, excited about that.
Yep.
Come out and see our new contestants we were just talking about, you know, come see them in the parade, and then on crowning night on Saturday, see who the new crown queen is. I'm always excited for
Yes,
that.
yeah.
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 And you know, yeah, you brought that up and kind of explain how the contest works, because you can go to the pageant this weekend, but you won't actually know who the queen is until the festival.
Right,
yeah,
so how
right.
does that work?
So after the pageant, the judges add up all the scores, and then they get sent off to the bank. So nobody sees those scores except for the people who added them up. And then that Saturday, we get on stage, and the girls stand side stage, and we call off who wins the categories, and then, of course, the queens.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And there's some other prizes as well. Could you talk about that for a moment? About, there's other scholarships available and things like that, even if you're not selected as the queen or a court member, which I think is just so amazing.
Yes, we have lots of other scholarships that you can win, being like interview, fun outfit, evening gown, Spirit of the Wild Turkey Festival, Miss Congeniality. So there's just lots of other side things that you can win.
Yeah, and I think that's just such a really good addition to something that's already really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of fun. So is there anything, okay, I always like to ask this question. Is there anything wild that happened to you guys, like embarrassing or crazy that happened?
Not necessarily embarrassing, but every time we were in a parade, it's like somebody would ask us to do our turkey gobble.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's not embarrassing, but it's just something very memorable that happened at almost every festival.
Because that's part of the contest,
Yes,
isn't it?
it's actually one of the scholarship awards you can win, the best turkey gobble.
Did one of you guys win that?
I won, yes.
Okay, well, if you're the winner, you have to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Ow, 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 ow. Thank you.
Did you follow turkeys around and learn? Did you interview a turkey?
Actually, no. My dad actually always takes me turkey hunting, and my last youth season was actually last weekend. I learned everything that I know about turkeys from my dad. He always takes me turkey hunting every year that we get to. And this year it was just extra special because it was my last one with him.
Well, it seems very appropriate then that you would know the turkey call and be the turkey queen.
Absolutely.
Well, very good. And we do have Chris waiting over in the wings to talk about maybe some of the events that are going to be held at this year's festival. So what is there anything you would like to tell our viewers while you are here? We thank you girls so much for coming in and spending your morning with us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you. And I hope to see you guys at the Wild Turkey Festival this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That's right. And come out, support these girls and the future Queen and Court and some of the other contestants, because they work so very, very hard and in raising money for the festival and also just being part of the festival.
Right.
So.
Yep. Right.
You guys might want to hit on the turkey drop.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
The turkey drop.
So our turkey drop, our contestants and some of our committee members, they're going around there selling the turkey drop tickets. So for those of you who do not know, the turkey drop.
There's no turkeys injured in this
yes,
situation.
absolutely not.
We don't drop the turkey.
No.
Turkeys do the dropping.
The turkeys do the dropping.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, the turkey drop is where we have a 10 by 10 square, and there's 100 squares in that cage with the turkey, and wherever the turkey lays a little dropling, a little food,
a turkey egg.
Yes. That's the winner. And then if it's dropped on multiple, we'll have Judge Bob Grillo, and he'll come and see whoever has the most poop on their square, and that's the winner of the $1,000.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And then the other, yeah. There's multiple squares.
See?
Yes.
It's all about, you got to just be like turkey. Go, go, go. So are you on the edge doing your little turkey call?
Just trying to get them.
Just trying to get it in the right square.
Yeah.
No, and where can people buy those tickets?
So contestants, they go all around. I know that we have multiple girls who come to Jackson County. They go to Chillicothe. And so anybody can buy a turkey drop ticket. You can see on our Facebook page our contestants. So if you're interested in buying a turkey drop ticket and the chance to win $1,000, I would get with one of those contestants.
Yes.
And it goes towards their scholarships. So
absolutely, and it's just so much fun. So come on, and no turkeys are injured in the thing. It's just something fun to do. And you can win some big money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah. All right, anything else you girls wanted to mention before we get to Chris?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we will let you. Are you all going back to school?
Unfortunately.
Are you all seniors or?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, sophomore.
I'm a
You're
senior this year.
And I'm a junior.
Okay.
Yep.
So as a senior, where's the future taking you?
So as of right now, I'm planning on going to the University of Rio Grande for nursing. I got the Jake Bapp scholarship, so I have 2 years of tuition paid for.
That's amazing.
Yes. So I'm really excited for that. I'm going to go get my RN and then go straight into my BSN.
Very good.
You might want to say you're rooming with the Apple Queen.
Oh yes, and I'm hoping to room with the Apple Festival Queen, Belle Lunsford.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to get an apartment together, and we're going to live it up. We're going to have a great time.
Party in Rio.
Party at Rio.
Now we know where to go on the weekends.
Oh, goodness. Yep, we're both going into nursing, so it's going to be study.
You're going to be like, party. Oh, I thought about partying, but no, I'm just going to be studying.
Yeah.
Well, very good. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. And we will bring Chris over and talk for a minute because our friend Pete Wilson is in the house and we're going to do some news as well. So we have a few minutes for that. So, all right. We have another message, Adrian. And then we will be back with Chris Cramp.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Well, we are back with our good, I would like to say old friend, but that's not a good way to say it.
Well, you're probably
We've been friends for a long time, Chris.
Yeah,
we've known each other a long time.
Yes.
And you have been involved with the Turkey Festival for quite some time, a few years.
Yes.
We'll say.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of the fun things going on this year.
Okay, so as Jess mentioned, this year something different for our event is the Backroads of Appalachia, which we will be hosting between 150 and 200 riders coming into the festival Friday night to register to participate in this event, and they'll be registering right at the festival in the big tent right beside the information
is this
tent.
like bicycles or
It's
is it like
kind of
motorbikes or
ATVs,
okay.
et cetera,
Very cool.
And they will be registering between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Love that.
At the event. So all those people will be at the festival, registering, and they will be staying like in, Vinton County or somewhere around Jackson County, Ross County, somewhere.
Okay.
And they will be kicking off, starting their race at 7 a.m. on Saturday from the old Vinton County High School. And then it'll take 12 hours to complete at the minimum.
Whoa.
So they will be maybe arriving back in town at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. So you'll see all those riders come back in. Now, they all won't come in together because obviously they may have some mishaps along the way.
Sure.
But that's something really different that we've never had before. And like they all have to pay an entry fee. And the group that's putting on this event is they don't keep the money. They have like sponsors for this. So we had to choose one nonprofit organization to give all the money to.
Oh, wow.
So our Wild Turkey Festival Committee has chosen Project Backpack to give all of the money to, and that's like a high school organization that gives food to needy people.
Thank you for that. That's
great. So that's what we decided to do with that. And they were like, we started with 5, and then we narrowed down to 3, and then we ended up with Project Backpack. Not that the other ones weren't important, but they just wanted to sponsor one. Right. Yeah. Exactly. So that's something very new to us. So we're hoping that is going to generate a lot of new people from out of town, and they'll want to come back to other events around the surrounding community. Mm-hmm. And our music this year is very different as well. Typically we have country. This year I'm saying like there's no country at all.
Oh.
So on Thursday night, of course, the karaoke, typical opening night. And then on Friday, we have a group called the Gypsy Kings. out of Columbus, Ohio, and they are a tribute band, and they play several different band tributes.
Fun.
I hear very good. And then after them at 9:30, we have a group that's called Recess out of Cleveland, Ohio. And they are like a boy band, like, the Backstreet Boys, something like that. They play that style of music.
Okay.
So something very different there. And then after the Queen crowning at like 8 o'clock on Saturday night, we have a band out of Fort Wayne, Indiana called Attaboy. And they play,
That's funny.
They play very late 80s, 90s, and very early 2000s music.
Oh, fun.
Very entertaining. They bring people on stage. They throw out gifts. Just very, very different genre of music we're having this year at the event.
Very fun.
And then we're having a Glovation Circus on Sunday at the festival to go along with Kids
It's kind
Day.
of Kids Day.
Correct. And they'll also be in the parade on Saturday. There's like a Mirror Man. There's Light Up LED, stilt walkers, and et cetera, et cetera.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's a few different things that we just kind of decided to change some of the stuff around to see how it worked.
Love that. And will you come back or send us the program so that we can go through all, really get into the details of the festival?
Sure.
And what are the dates of the festival
May
this year?
1st through the 4th.
So it's always the first weekend in May.
Right.
So this year happens to fall on the
Very
1st.
early this year.
Very
Yes.
early.
Yes.
So, well, good. Well, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you. I was beginning to think that maybe that you and Grace are related. I'm just looking at your hair.
It's possible.
Yes, I think you
Yes.
guys are.
Because everybody in my family that has the curls has pretty much dark hair other than me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
My great grandmother had really, really dark curls, just like that. So, yeah. We could be sisters. You just never know.
Yeah.
Or cousins or something. All right. Well, Chris,
Okay.
thank you for
Jennifer.
stopping by.
Appreciate
we
ya.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
And Pete Wilson's waiting in the wings.
Okay.
So,
we want to hear the news,
yeah,
too.
we got to know the news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Come
Okay,
on over,
thank
Pete.
you.
And so Pete's on his way over, and we're going to find out what the heck is going on.
Okay, well, one of the things that we've just...
I may have some breaking news for you that's personal, so I'm just...
Okay. Well, one of the things that we've just found out, we have 2 school districts here in our local area that are working towards hiring a new superintendent. That is
2 school districts?
Right, Wellston and Vinton County.
Oh, okay. I
At
didn't know.
Wellston, Dr. Brian Rao will complete his 3-year contract in the summer. At the end of the current school year, at the end of May, Rick Brooks will end his career as Vinton County Superintendent.
Okay.
He is retiring. But the news out of Wellston is, this came out of the last school board meeting, which was last night. They announced that on April the 22nd, they're going to have a special meeting that is on a Tuesday.
Okay.
And at that meeting, they will hire the new superintendent. Did not say who it was because it hasn't been announced. It hasn't been done formally yet.
Okay.
And then after the formal hiring, which will be the only thing at the meeting, it should be like a minute deal. That person, the new superintendent, will be there for a meet and greet event.
Okay.
A meet and greet event so the public can get to know the new superintendent. The only hint we have is the superintendent does not come from the Wellston City School District, coming in from the outside of the
Okay.
district. So
Breaking news right here.
Right. And I haven't seen it out on social media or anything like that, so they're keeping it under wraps. They actually have not done it yet, but they have made the hiring decision.
Okay.
And I know that the Vinton County Local Board of Education has had some meetings. They have a human resources meeting, which is a committee of the school district, of the school board, today, I think. And I think that within the month, they may make a hiring decision as well. We will see. We'll certainly be watching that.
Very good.
One other thing we want to report that's kind of on the breaking side. This occurred on Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon.
I heard something about a fire.
Had a suspicious fire out on Oakland Road. That is in Liberty Township, not too far from the Valley Chapel Road intersection. You see what's left of that abandoned house or unoccupied house, however you want to say it. But the firefighters from Liberty Township were called. They had help from several other fire departments. It was already on fire when the firemen arrived. They couldn't save it. There wasn't many contents in there. The thought was, even though it was unoccupied, nobody was living there, nobody was there when the firemen arrived. The thought was that perhaps there had been some squatters in and out of there. Probably not a good thing.
No.
They do not know the cause of the fire, no electric hookup. It is considered suspicious. The State Fire Marshal's office is investigating that case.
I think a lot of folks saw a lot of, the smoke coming from that and were wondering about that one.
Right. According to what I heard from one of the firefighters who came from Jackson, you could see it from Jackson, probably 3-4 miles, for sure. So we just want to give you an idea of what's coming in our Wednesday paper. It's so good that the Wild Turkey Festival folks were here, because in Wednesday's picture, we're going to have pictures of the candidates for the new Queen in court.
Yes.
Not only the senior girls, but also the little girls as well.
Very cute.
So, of course, I know they told you about a big pageant on Saturday night. They do up a pageant, right? I will say that.
Yes, they do.
And that will a lot of entertainment to go along with the pageantry of having the Queen candidates out there. A lot of awards get given out that night as well.
That's right.
And then also, it just happens, it's Apple Festival Queen's weekend as well.
It is,
17
yes.
girls will be going for the title of Jackson Apple Festival Queen.
How many?
17. It's a pretty good crop. So
whoa, I don't remember that in a long time.
Right, and on that very night they will announce, the Queen and the two attendants for the upcoming Apple Festival in September. And remember, the big news for the Apple Festival, in addition to the Queen, is the Ohio State University Marching Band.
That's
will
exactly
be a feature
right.
attraction on Saturday. They'll be at the band show in the afternoon. They will march in the parade that night, and that makes the Apple Festival. It just changes everything.
Oh, yes, it does.
2001, of course, the band was there.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
You got to have some luck to make it happen. First of all, you need an open date for the football team.
You have to have a bye week.
And then it has to be a week where because they do make a couple road trips during the season as well. And then somehow you've got to get them to come, and then you've got to help pay for it. So
that's right.
So I know that there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes now there. So
got it.
Anyway, we'll talk about more tomorrow because our time has run out.
It has. I did want to announce here, unfortunately, we had a major piece of equipment go down at the brewery, and I don't think we're going to be able to open today.
Oh, my.
For the kitchen because, well, we can't cook anything.
Okay. Well, that is news if you live in Jackson and you want to go to lunch. It is,
and I hate it. I haven't really talked with my husband. I'm just reading messages between the staff and whatnot, and depends on, I think, whether we can find a part in a hurry or not. So anyway, if you head to the tap room today and we're not open, that's why.
Okay, well, I hope it works out for you, dear.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because that's not a good thing to have happen ever. All right. Well, Pete, thank you. Thank you, girls, and Chris, for stopping by. It's always fun having you all here. And tomorrow we will be talking with some friends from Holzer about Donate for Life Month. And also we're going to meet a band called Dragon's Eye.
Okay. All right.
You got to say it like that, 'cause Dragon's Eye.
Okay. Maybe they'll sing for us.
I wonder. Maybe. They're from Pomeroy, so we'll have them on the show as well. So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging with us, Pete.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.